Right, well, good evening, everybody. Thank you for turning out on such an evening. Devotion above and beyond, I think. The first item on tonight's agenda for this extraordinary meeting of the council is apologies for absence. I know we have had apologies from councillors Devois, Fuller and Gray. We accept those apologies?
Absolutely.
Yep. The next item, as ever, is directly declarations of interests. Any disclosable pecuniary interests? Other interests? Requests for dispensation? Reports of gifts or hospitality accepted over the value of £50? Any inappropriate gifts or hospitality? None. Public participation. There doesn't appear to be a single member of the public present. Consideration, therefore, of such matters equally none. Which brings us to the first of three items that we really wanted to deal with this week as opposed to next. First week is to consider and approve the electricity suppliers, both for the council and for the QDH Trust, and to agree contracts. Do you want to just read that?
Sorry, I was.
We're obviously looking at the approval of an electricity supply, both for the council and the QDH. And I'm just wondering whether you or Paul have expressed any view on anything we had put before us.
This is just the current contract is up for renewal at the end of June, or 23rd of June. And these are the latest quotes that they've sent to us. BCR have obviously had a look at the market. I did go back and say, could we have renewable energy contracts, and the SSE and EDF are both renewable. They've obviously advised us for the 1 year annual contract for electricity to go with EDF, which is not who we're with at the moment. Positive, yeah.
Yeah, just a tad under £23,000, which, if you say it very quickly, doesn't totally apply it like that. It's effectively very nearly £2,000 a month. Is that actually, as a matter of interest, compared with what we're paying now?
What we're paying at the moment is about 14.5, so it's gone up considerably. But as Ian mentioned before the meeting, we did, in our budget, we doubled the budget for this.
So we've doubled the budget to around 29,000, presumably. This is going to come out at about 23, so on the face of it, I want to be really positive about it, but actually saving £6,000 of money by spending around 8,000 or so.
I think the other thing to be positive about is that we've avoided a year of much higher costs, by the fact that we had the foresight to lock in for multiple years some time ago. We avoided the last 12 months, which would have been extremely expensive.
Yeah.
The prices have now come down since. So I think we've done quite well, really.
That's the way.
Do we have any comparatives as to how what this cost might have been last year? I know we paid 14.5.
No,
by
I
about
don't.
8, but I don't know. I know energy prices are going down, and from my reading of the press, energy prices now are lower than they were in February 2022. But this price is 50%, almost exactly 50% higher than we were paying then. So
No, this is this.
why
all the
price
information
has
that-
gone up.
Because we fixed for 3 years.
We fixed, yeah.
Prior to 3 months. It's fixed for 2
So
years.
we're comparing this 23 quote with the price we came to 21.
Mhm.
Which is why I'm so good. And just on the stats, sorry, it's 24p-ish per kilowatt.
Yes.
Still, it's pretty good.
That's what that's supposed to be.
That's right. are we thinking in terms of simply going for a 12-month deal on the basis that prices may, touch wood, be falling? Or do we want to lock ourselves in for 2 years,
I think
in which case the cost per annum is that much higher?
I think one possibility is that rather than deciding today to lock in for 2 years, if we believe the price is going to continue to fall a bit, we can keep a watching brief on it. We can ask PCR to continue to monitor the market, and there's no reason why we can't come back in 3 months, 4 months, 5 months' time. If we think now's a good time to lock in a second year, we don't have to wait until the last minute, which is where we are at the moment.
That's good advice.
So do I have a proposal from Steve?
I'll propose that we do a 12-month EDF contract, which is zero carbon in theory and a low rent.
I'll second
All those in favour? Appears to be unanimous. Thank you for that. It's a lot easier than I thought it might be. The next item is to consider a request from Anglian Water to use part of the recreation grounds compound whilst carrying out work on Blackburn Road and New Road to replace water pipes. It doesn't sound too bad until you realise just how long they're suggesting they might need to use this for. So we have the implications of impact on our facility over a period of time. What, of course, isn't going to be the case is that if we turned around presumably and said, no, you can't do it, doesn't mean they're not going to undertake
No, they'll
the
just
work.
find
They'll have to
somewhere else.
undertake the work anyway, they're just going to have to find somewhere else to go. So the disruption that we're going to face as a community with work on New Road is coming, come what may. And so I guess the issue is simply this, whether or not we accept their proposal. And they aren't just coming to us and saying, oh, we'd like to use this, please. They are actually offering a payment. I don't know where it is.
£130 a week, and they will put back
Whatever in fact.
whatever they've done, any damage they'll repair. Or,
So does anybody have any comments on it? Councillor Wade?
Yes, I do. I mean, I'm in favour of it simply because it mitigates the problem that they will have to have somewhere. I think there are two things that speak well to it. One is they will hold an open surgery here, so they can be seen as proposing it, they can be seen as explaining it, they can take the flak from those residents who think they should give it flak. And it puts us in good light because we can put it out in our communications as this has been an ongoing problem for some time. We're working with Anglian Water to mitigate problems. This is the best solution. So I'm in favour of it for those.
There's a suggestion of meeting will be tomorrow. Are we able to facilitate that?
sorry,
Are we able to facilitate the pop-in?
they're holding it here.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we are able.
yeah, they're having the hub for a day.
Right, so
I just wonder whether any other alternatives have been considered. Is this something they've...
Sorry.
Have they considered any other alternatives? What else have they looked at? What do you think is, if they don't do this, what are the options?
They haven't, but this is why this is why it's on the agenda tonight, because they want to know sooner rather than later. Because if we say no, then they've got to go and find somewhere else.
It seems a bit, timescales are a little bit ridiculous, aren't they? It's only a couple of weeks away before they want to start work.
yeah,
But, I don't know, it feels like quite an important facility for an awfully long time. And I'm just wondering,
I think
is there anything off Pavilion Drive where they could have done something? Is there anything, what about the development site on Blackthorn Road next to that field that's got nothing on it at the moment?
I had a chat with Carl, the engineer, and a lot of it has to do with spoil. So what they're basically going to store here sounds the stuff they're digging out of the ground.
Yeah.
And they want it as close to the exit to out as they can to avoid driving trucks up and down new roads. So the location is important for that, and the fact it's got a gate.
Yeah,
But I think using some photos of looking in the area down.
I know. At that time, they'd said they wanted 10 by 10 metres.
And now it's gone up.
And so I did speak to Khan, and he said, yes, that was the initial thought, but they now think they need a lot more. And they couldn't put, if they wanted to do the 10 by 30 down there, there's obviously a tree, and they've obviously got the goal, goalpost.
So they're looking at 30 by 30 now, look at this. And they're all concrete drive. So they could dig up and make it into a path later on. Yeah, that's nice.
The record, there's been an awful lot of disruption in the new road. They're continually doing water mains along there. It's a pain.
I'm not disputing that he's doing it, absolutely not. It's just whether this is the best solution.
Yeah, I think that the length of time, that somebody's earlier called the length of time, they probably spend that already, closing it for a week here, a week there,
Yeah.
2 days here, 2 days there. Well, I think that's Councillor Clark's point. If they have to go too far away, there's muck, there's noise, there's transport. We've already got lots of noise going up to and stuff.
And it was interesting talking to Anglian Water because they didn't realise that the Comstock Meadows building access can only go along the new road. So closing that for 3 months or whatever it's going to be was a problem. So I think they've started talking about solutions. So we hopefully help make it less bad. But the question, I suppose, is this the only place they can put them up? And it's probably the best place.
I think it is probably the best place looking at it. I think it won't have an impact on people wanting to use the larger area of the field. If we want to, even if like the fair or the circus are coming, obviously we'll have to let them know. But I think a lot of those things can still happen potentially.
So the football field carries on in action, the basketball court can carry on in action.
Yeah.
It's the best of a bad lot.
We use it for parking, for party walk, for Christmas fair.
Yeah, I don't think it'll have an impact on that.
That'll still be possible, you think?
So
Yeah, because you get it through,
Yeah.
So I raised that with him.
Yeah.
He wasn't aware, but said they could make sure, and I think that probably is off the line. And it might be that for the Christmas fair, we need to get, something, a bit of mapping down to let cars on and off, I'm sure.
We only use it for the Christmas fair if we know that it's in reasonable condition anyway.
So, whilst we perhaps might all have some reservations about what's proposed, it would rather sound as if, excuse me, it's the best of a bad job. And as everybody has echoed, this road does need doing, and we can turn it, in a sense, to a positive on publicising the engagement, making sure people know what's going on. Excuse me, and the role that they're going to play in it. So, can I have a proposal, please, one way or another, about whether we facilitate this?
I propose.
Councillor Rycott is proposing it, Councillor Wade seconds. All those in favour? Unanimous again.
Unanimous, like Supreme Soviet used to.
I'm not sure I entirely appreciate the comparison.
That's really a personal question.
Well, we were slightly apprehensive about putting 3 items on tonight's agenda because we thought, are we ever going to get through this in 30 minutes? But happily, we've already reached the third of the 3. And I doubt very much that this one is going to trouble us too much because we've already kind of discussed this in principle. But when we discussed it in principle, in favour of, in a sense, playing our part in the celebration of the British Legion in Ambl's 100th anniversary, we couldn't actually spend any money because it wasn't on our agenda to spend. So we wanted to put it on an agenda. It would have gone on the agenda for next week. For various reasons, it actually helps to make the decision this week. Perhaps Councillor Clark, you'd like to explain the why of it?
Yeah, I went to a meeting of the British Legion last Monday. They're very grateful that we're willing to consider this. It's a big thing for them. There's a lead time to getting it made, which is 4 weeks or a bit more. Their hope is that we could get everything ready for this commemoration of VJ Day on the 15th of August, in which case the sooner we can get the invoice to the manufacturers, get it made, the more chance there is of getting it back for them, which seems ultimately straightforward. We've had a bit of fun chasing the invoice, we've now got the right bit of paper with the right words on it, so in theory we should be able to get it sorted in time.
And all which it actually requires is authorisation of spending of just £118, which in terms of appreciation for what the British Legion have done in this town, and I'm talking about what they've done in the town as opposed to their role outside of it, perhaps within the services. If you think of what they do each and every year for Remembrance Day alone, this is a very small price to pay if you can even think of it in terms of the price. I see it very much as a recognition on behalf of the town.
We will get the VAT back, so it actually comes in at £98.72.
It gets better and better. And so there you are, for less than £100, we can get this done.
I'm happy to propose it, if that's fine.
We're happy to second it. Well, there's a day, yet another full house. Well, that actually concludes the business of this meeting. We do have about 18 minutes to our F&GP meeting, so I'll declare this one closed. We can turn off the broadcast.